We now welcome into the main ring of the Royal Cornwall Show their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall. Your Royal Highnesses, for the Prince's Countryside Parade, we have two very special guests today. Not only a top rugby player, but also a top Cornish beef farmer and England rugby captain, Phil Vickery. And from the world of music, he is a self-taught farmer and a boy band hero from JLS. It is JB.
Thank you. Your Royal Highnesses, welcome to a very special occasion here on the first day of the Royal Cornwall Show. Ladies and gentlemen, the impact that the Prince of Wales has had in our country and rural communities has been appreciated more than we could ever say or do. The language we now use in our modern day existence, sustainability, environment, welfare, tradition and heritage, community, endangered species and youth development have all been championed by our principal guest of honour. Your Royal Highness, today we will do our best to say thank you. Represented here are 58 of your organisations and charities with over 500 participants and 75 livestock and horses who we do hope behave themselves in front of you. Your Royal Highness, the Prince's Countryside Parade, supported by Jaguar Land Rover.
As you know, working in the rural environment is sometimes a lonely place and a support network is necessary. The organisations we are about to see promote and represent the people and their animals and provide the much needed foundation for the community. Under the coordination of the Royal Cornwall Agricultural Association, our hosts today, and sponsored by Rodders, the 128-year-old Cornish family business.
We welcome the fabric of the countryside. As part of the fabric of the countryside, we welcome 7 agricultural associations. Some are well over 200 years old and all represent the farmers and their modern day challenges. The Royal Cornwall Agricultural Association, the Launceston Agricultural Association, and the Brecknockshire Agricultural Association from the Brecon Beacons. Led in by our hosts, the wonderful vehicle that is, of course, the Royal Cornwall Agricultural Association, and education such a vital part with their educational vehicle from the Royal Cornwall. The 128-year-old Cornish business that is Rodders. The Royal Bath and West of England, founded in 1749, and last week celebrated its 155th annual show. Our other agricultural organisations: the Devon County Agricultural Association, the Launceston Agricultural Association, from Wales, the Brecknockshire Agricultural Society, the Mid-Somerset Agricultural Society, to this day still the only free agricultural society, and of course the host of the famous Great Yorkshire, the Yorkshire Agricultural Society. Friends all and unified in purpose did not stop a little bit of friendly rivalry between Devon and Cornwall. If you look closely, you will see that the jam and clotted cream are different ways round on their scones. Well, we all know which the best way is, don't we? And what on earth is a pasty doing on the Devon wheelbarrow? From the agricultural associations to the traditional craftsmanship, the Border Stick Dressers Association and the Cornwall Crafts Association, the fabulous Exmoor pony with its toady eyes, then the Gloucestershire Root, Fruit and Grain Association, the London Cornish Association, and of course that wonderful, wonderful organisation that is the Farming Community Network. And last but not least, as they entertained us so magnificently at the start, please give a hand to the Royal Cornwall Museum's dancers, choreographed by Jason Thomas.
Thank you. Well, now we go on to our second section. The countryside would not look or feel or smell without flora and fauna. Trees, fields, hedgerows, and all that live and thrive in them should be a concern to all of us, as they have been to the Prince of Wales. Our next section is from all corners of the country, bringing a sense of colour, vibrancy, and nature to the arena. Your Royal Highness, led by the National Botanic Garden of Wales and sponsored by the Eden Project, Flora and Fauna.
We welcome our charities and organisations from Flora and Fauna, an English country garden. From the newly refurbished Royal Botanic Gardens at Kew, we welcome the wheelbarrow. The British Hosta and Hemerocalis Society. Try saying that after a session in the cider tent. Our Royal Botanic Gardens at Kew with our wheelbarrow. The British Hosta and Hemerocalis Society, or Daylilies. And three of organisations representing local gardening schemes and charities. Caring for God's Acre, which looks after the conservation of churchyards and non-denominational burial grounds. The National Garden Scheme is the largest supporter of nursing charities, and the National Allotment Society. On to what makes our countryside so attractive: the Red Squirrel Survival Trust and the World Wildlife Fund. The importance of trees to our countryside are represented by the Tree Register of the British Isles and the International Tree Foundation. And finally, staying in Cornwall, the Cornwall Wildlife Trust of our flora and fauna. And still there's more.
The third section, livestock and leisure. The Prince of Wales is well known for his conservation of rare breeds, whether they be livestock or for the leisure purposes. He has championed their cause and enabled them not only to survive, but thrive. The British landscape has a lot to thank His Royal Highness for ensuring that old favourites still exist. As if not to illustrate this point, between 1900 and 1973, 26 breeds became extinct. Since the Rare Breeds Survival Trust was founded in 1973, no farm rare breed has become extinct. Although the fight for the heavy horse continues, in 1947 there were 1,334 registered breeding heavy horse females. Roll the clock forward 60 years, and now there are only 73. Supported by ginsters, the famous Cornish pasty, and coordinated by the Rare Breed Survival Trust, Livestock and Leisure. We welcome in
supported by Ginsters and coordinated by the Rare Breed Survival Trust, Livestock and Leisure. The rare breeds being exhibited by the Rare Breed Survival Trust are the tough North Ronalday sheep from the Orkneys. The teddy bear of the sheep family is the Ryland stock sheep, the rarest and smallest. The Boreg sheep was saved when the island of St Kilda was depopulated. The Manx Loan ewes and rams are particular because of the number of horns, which can reach 6. And finally, the wonderful, durable Exmoor pony, which is a survivor on the moor and can be ridden or driven. We welcome in the North Country Cheviot Society and then our cattle. The Devon Cattle Breeders Society, the South Devon Herd Book Society, and all the way from Scotland, the pride of Scotland that are, of course, the Aberdeen Angus Cattle Society. The only deer influence in the parade comes from the British Deer Society. And from deers to chickens, we please welcome the Poultry Club of Great Britain and the Welsh Summer Breed Poultry Club, the Morans Club. The Prince of Wales has a flock of Morans at Highgrove, producing lovely deep brown eggs. And from chickens to horses and ponies. We welcome in also the British horse loggers, still used today in the Royal Parks in London to remove the logs where the tractors can't get, pulled by England's great horse, that is the Shire horse. The carriage horse of England, the carriage horse, the Hackney horse, and the Hackney Horse Society, celebrating their national show this week at the South of England show, but delighted to welcome Neil Ray down with us here today. The Hackney Horse Society. And our final offering in the livestock is our lane sheep, as well as here come the Morans of poultry, and also our Dales ponies. Wonderful Dales from the northwest of England, which are an ideal driving pony, jumping pony and first ridden pony. And our final offering in the Livestock and Leisure is the Clune Sheep Society. We welcome them as well. Thank you to Livestock and Leisure.
As an island nation, we have maintained our ability to survive off the sea. As a Royal Naval officer commanding a minesweeper, His Royal Highness would have seen much of the British Isles from the sea. The country is also dissected by tributaries, rivers, and canals, giving a diverse and timeless way of ensuring business successes and personal enjoyment. Today, the leisure aspects on and around the water cannot be underestimated, with millions of people enjoying and using our sea and waterways. This, in turn, means preservation is a responsibility which is in all of our interests, who use and enjoy this aspect of our beautiful country. Supported by South West Water and led by the Royal Cornwall Yacht Club Sailing Trust, our tribute to water.
If you ever wanted to get on water, look no further than the SB20 of the Royal Cornwall Yacht Club Sailing Trust. Our grateful thanks indeed to South West Water. A passionate fly fisherman himself, the Prince of Wales has advocated the environmental importance of Britain's rivers, lakes and lochs. Salmon and Trout Conservation UK, the Atlantic Salmon Trust, the Fly Fishers Club and the Marine Conservation Society all preserve our enjoyment and businesses on the rivers and seas by creating a healthy and natural environment. In 1969, after Prince Charles was invested as the Prince of Wales, the Fly Fishers Club presented him with a collection of salmon and trout flies. Elsewhere on our waterways, the Canal and River Trust manage 400 million visitors to towpaths and 33,500 boats. Thank you to our water section.
Thank you. And moving on to food and farming. In an uncertain world, food security and diversity is becoming a necessity. The Prince of Wales has long been an ambassador for sustainable farming practices while having an eye on the environment and the effect we have on it. And it is how we use and promote our food that is equally important. Sponsored by Davidstow and led by the Campaign for Wool, would you please welcome Food and Farming.
Wool is glamorous, so say the Campaign for Wool, who have put on exhibitions in 14 countries. As leaders of the food and farming section, they promote the future, including the fire-resistant and the biodegradable qualities of this age-old product. Providing a double helping of deliciousness is the Royal Academy of Culinary Arts and the Duchy of Cornwall. Both have been hugely involved in the Mutton Renaissance campaign, and the Duchy have provided the Prince of Wales's sheep to promote the campaign. 2 Cotswold ewes and lambs and Shropshire yearling ewes are here to promote the campaign. Education is immensely important in developing modern, sustainable and environmentally friendly best practice. From Cirencester and from Reading, please welcome the Royal Agricultural University and the University College of Estate Management. And to titivate the taste buds, what better way to achieve this than to think of cheese from the Specialist Cheesemakers Association and what's best to eat in the West Country from Taste of the West. And the Soil Association. We should all know that healthy soil is the foundation for sustainable and gorgeous food. Our very grateful thanks indeed to Food and Farming.
Thank you. So the last of our sections is landscapes and communities. The organisations in this section encourage, nurture and support the people that make up true rural communities. Every lane we go down and village we visit is sculpted by those that live there. They are the custodians and their children the inheritors. Led by the Prince's Countryside Fund and supported by our event sponsor, Jaguar Land Rover, please welcome Landscapes and Communities.
Your Royal Highnesses, please welcome the Prince's Countryside Fund, set up to look after the people who look after the countryside. The fund has been responsible for bringing all the charities and organisations that we see here today. They're joined by the Plunkett Foundation, who support community businesses to run shops and pubs as social hubs. The Drystone Walling Association, the Great Fen Project, the Northern Fells Group, the School of Environmental Sciences, the University of East Anglia, and finally, the Puffin from the National Trust for Jersey. Your Royal Highness, before you are 58 of your rural organisations, with student volunteers from the Duchy College, Pendennis Shipyard and Cornish Young Farmers. They are here to celebrate with you in your 70th year. Your Royal Highnesses, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, we give you the Prince's Countryside Parade. And I think that we should give His Royal Highness the Duke of Cornwall 3 cheers, don't you? Will you join me? Your Royal Highness, thank you for being with us. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
You've enjoyed our parade as much as we've enjoyed. As a small token of our thanks, we would like to present you both with these gifts, representing the heritage and future of our countryside. An oak to be planted on your estate in Cornwall, and the bull-raised sheep, still rare, but less rare since you have supported the native breeds. On behalf of everyone, sir, ma'am, we cannot thank you enough and wish you a very happy birthday. Thank you.